please welcome back Deepak Chopra. When you're talking about everyone getting in touch with their spiritual side, how would you recommend that happen for people?
Ultimately, the secret is to find stillness in the mind. So between every two thoughts, there's a little gap of silence. If you can dip into that silence, you found your spirit. That's the vortex to soul, spirit, and universal consciousness.
Easier said than done.
No, I teach it for 45 years.
Yeah, no,
happy to share it.
I know, and we want to. I think that we want you to share that with us.
Okay.
So I think I know what I'm doing, but what do you recommend for me after? This show has been 19 years, but my career has been about 40 years, and I haven't stopped in that amount of time. So what do you recommend for me?
Ellen, I think this could be the best time of your life, the most creative time of your life. All you have to do is spend a little time in reflection. Ask yourself, who am I besides my media personality? What do I really want? If I had all the money in the world and all the time in the world, what would I do? What's my purpose? What's my calling? And even more important, what am I grateful for? When you are grateful for life, for whatever you have, it opens the door to soul, to abundance. You can't have gratitude and anger at the same time. Impossible.
So this is something I've always struggled with. I just want to know, how can I become a more brave person?
Do the things that you fear the most right now, starting today.
I will. Thank you so much.
Start small, but yeah, that's a great idea.
Start small.
All right, Stephanie.
Hi, Ellen. Hi, Deepak.
Hi.
As someone that has been dealing with leukemia for the last 8 years, what are some small things you can do on a daily basis when you're in a low moment to be more positive?
When you're in a low moment, just ask yourself, what am I grateful for? And then observe any sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts you have. That's it, and you'll snap out of it.
Thank you.
Chloe.
Hi, Ellen. Hi, Deepak.
Hi.
My question for you is, how do you find inner peace with the things you can't control?
Well, you'd realize you can't control anything in life. We think it's a big illusion. Do you predict what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes? You can't. Can you predict the weather next week? You can't. So embracing the wisdom of uncertainty is the doorway to creativity.
Wow. Thank you.
All right, and Kendall.
Hi, I'm a very busy mom of 4 kids, and I have a really hard time concentrating and being still during meditation. Do you have any tips, or does it get easier with practice?
No, just stop once in a while. Practice what I call the STOP formula. S stands for stop. Take 3 deep breaths and smile from your head to your toe. Observe the sensations in your body, and then proceed with compassion.
Thank you.
The biggest pressure I think we feel is we're rushed by other people's timelines. We're rushed by the success and achievement of people around us, or we're rushed by the supposed success and achievements of others we see on social media. And the biggest thing I'd say is give yourself permission to take time. Give yourself permission to recognize that living your passion and creating a purpose takes time. For some people, they've waited till 30 or 40 or 50 or 60. We want it to happen in our 20s. But your best years are yet to come.
You can't do anything until you're actually aware of it anyway. First of all, you have to have the awareness, and I think some people may be hearing that for the first time, and then once you're aware, you can take steps. So I think gratitude is probably the most important thing that you can have, and you speak of that too. So what can people do today and include and speak about gratitude for a minute?
Absolutely. So one of the things about gratitude is that studies show that when you're in gratitude, when you're feeling gratitude, you can't be in another state. So you can't be angry or sad or disappointed when you're being grateful. So grateful for me is like a seed. And when you're grateful, you plant this seed in your life, which is going to grow a beautiful tree and shade and fruits. And it helps you avoid what I call weeds in our life. So when we're planting sadness or disappointment or anger, these are like weeds in our life. So every day I'm trying to plant seeds of gratitude. And I recommend doing it the first thing you do in the morning, But even more importantly, the last thing you do before you go to bed. Because when you do it before you go to bed, you wake up with gratitude in the morning. So it programs your mind to be grateful the next day.
I've been teaching for over 40 years, and I've seen individuals totally debilitated physically, financially, relationship-wise, and literally allow themselves to grow into a new version of themselves. Now, what happens is people get comfortable living at what I call a set point. That's their comfort zone. They're afraid to go beyond it. But when you begin to establish intention, you back that intention up with speaking about yourself in a very affirmative way, falling in love with yourself, you know, exactly where you are right now, not comparing yourself to anyone else. You become available to insight. That is, an insight is an event that takes place in your awareness where you suddenly or incrementally become aware of something that you may have formerly believed, but now you know it. But it doesn't just happen. It happens just. It happens when you practice. But what I want people to understand is regardless of how bad it is, that spot right there is their beginning. It's not the end, it's a beginning. And if they begin to just first see a best case scenario, what if this best thing happened? Name it, whatever it is. Now, the moment that happens, your cells in your body and your subjective mind does not know the difference between something that's actually happened or if it's in your mind and your emotional body. So when you begin to take that on, you start to act differently. You start to speak differently. You start to walk differently. And then what happens? The universal presence, through its law, matches that vibration, and things begin to change in your life. But you're not just you can't just sit around and do nothing. You can't ask what I call futile questions. What's wrong? Who's to blame? And why me? Those are futile questions. You have to ask, what is it within me that's trying to emerge right now? What gift do I have to give to the world? Who do I want to be when this crisis is over? Now, if you ask those questions, the universe will answer them in a language and in a way you can understand, and then you'll walk in that direction.
This is fascinating when I read, if you take a cold shower, it raises your dopamine level 250%.
Absolutely. It's a natural pill that has no side effects.
Yeah, I think a lot of people here are going to start taking cold showers. I mean, I enjoy a hot shower. Does that do anything for you, Wim, or no? Do you ever take a hot shower?
I love hot showers.
Okay, I do.
I love it.
I do too, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yes, the cold is therapeutical. And once you get used to the cold showers, it becomes really addictive. It's a power boost to the body. Afterwards, your veins are so exercised that the blood flow is much better, by which you get a lot more energy, and the heart rate is going down because of the millions of little muscles in the vascular system are all optimized, and they help the heart, the blood flow go through the system, so the heart rate goes down. People who do regular cold bathing or showers, cold showers, the heart rate goes down with 20 to 30 beats a minute, 24 hours a day.
Wow.
That means no stress, high levels of energy.